All right, today on The Explainer, we're talking about something pretty cool, a company called Leaftix. And what they're doing is taking some seriously smart tech and applying it to one of the oldest, most vital jobs out there, farming. Okay, let's kick things off with a big number, 84%. You see that number on the screen? According to Leaftix research, that's how many farmers around the world are small producers. Think about that. These aren't massive corporations. They're the real backbone of our global food system.
And, behind that giant statistic, it's just people. People who are super passionate, super motivated to grow good, healthy food for all of us. But here's the kicker. They're also often completely overwhelmed. That passion, it can quickly turn into a source of nonstop stress and worry.
So this gets us right to the heart of the problem, what you could call the modern farmer's dilemma.
And that dilemma really boils down to this one question that, let's be honest, any small business owner has asked themselves. Is my passion project just eating up my entire life? Let's actually meet someone who's living this. His name is John. He's a 38-year-old microgreens farmer. Super motivated, right? But just 6 months into his new business, his passion is becoming an all-consuming grind.
And why is he so overwhelmed? Well, just look at this list. It's endless. I mean, it's this constant loop of really delicate daily tasks, like checking moisture, monitoring the climate. And then you've got the weekly grind of harvesting, packaging, cleaning, trying to find customers. It's just this relentless cycle that leaves zero room for, well, a life.
Okay, so what is John actually growing here? We're not talking about huge fields of wheat. He's cultivating something special, the mighty microgreen.
So, what is a microgreen anyway? Think of it like a baby plant. It's kind of in that sweet spot between being a tiny sprout and a full-on mature vegetable. They get harvested super young, like only 10 to 20 days after they pop up, right when their first little leaves have opened up.
So why bother? What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. Microgreens aren't just cute and tiny, they are absolute nutritional powerhouses. I'm talking seriously potent. Research shows they're packed with way more vitamins and antioxidants than the fully grown versions. Just look at red cabbage, for example. The microgreen version has a ridiculously higher amount of vitamin C. It's pretty amazing.
But, of course, there's a catch. There's always a catch, right? For all that amazing nutrition, microgreens are incredibly delicate. Their shelf life, it's crazy short. We're talking maybe 3 to 5 days, tops. So for a small farmer like John, they're a high-value product, for sure. But they're also super high risk. And this is where the story gets really interesting. You've got this super valuable, but also super volatile product. So how could a small-time producer possibly make it work? The answer, it turns out, is technology. For a lot of small farmers, the idea of new tech just sounds like another headache, another thing to learn, another thing that can break. The real trick is finding something that actually works with you, like a partner, something that makes the daily grind easier, not harder. And that right there is the whole idea behind Leaftix. They're not just trying to sell a tool. They've built what they call a smart growing assistant, something designed to be a true partner for the farmer. Okay, so how does it work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Basically, the Leaftix system has 3 main parts. First, you've got these little smart sensors. You just place them in your grow area and they monitor everything. Temperature, humidity, you name it, 24/7. Second, all that information gets beamed straight to a really simple app on your phone, so you can check on your farm from anywhere, which is huge for peace of mind. And third, this is the really smart part. An AI looks at all that data and gives you actual advice. Like, hey, you might want to do this to help you get the best harvest possible. And the change in the farmer's day-to-day life is, well, it's huge. Think about it. Before Leaftix, our guy John was just stuck in this loop of repetitive tasks, always worried, and his quality was all over the place. But after Leaftix, suddenly the monitoring is automatic. He can actually leave the farm and not be stressed because he knows his crops are okay. And his product? It becomes way more consistent and reliable. What's really clever here is how they make it accessible. It's a subscription model, but it's modular. That means a farmer can start small, just get the basic sensors and the app. Then, as their business grows, they can add on the fancier stuff like computer vision or more powerful AI insights.
The whole point is to make it affordable when you're just starting out and let it grow with you.
So let's circle back to John. What did all this actually do for him? The results are pretty staggering. By using Leaftix, he slashed the time he was spending on all those manual chores by 40%. And maybe even better, his production went up by 30%. For any small business, numbers like that are an absolute game changer. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. John's success story is awesome, but the potential for this kind of tech goes way, way beyond just one farm.
Remember that 84% number from the beginning? If you can give tools like this to all those small producers around the world, you're not just helping out individual entrepreneurs. You're actually helping to build a much more sustainable, more efficient, and frankly, more resilient food system for everyone, right from the ground up. And just how far can this go? Well, get this. The potential for this type of controlled farming is literally out of this world. There's a NASA research paper that talks about how growing fresh produce in situ, that means right there on the spacecraft, is being looked at to feed astronauts on long space missions. Turns out microgreens could be perfect for giving them fresh nutrients that you just can't get from prepackaged food. I mean, that just paints an incredible picture of where this could all be headed, right? Today, it's about helping small farms here on Earth. The next step? It's enabling sustainable farming right in the middle of our cities. And the future? Who knows? Maybe it's the key to feeding astronauts on their way to Mars. It's pretty wild to think about.
And all of this leaves us with one really fascinating question to think about. As tech like Leaftix gets better and better, giving us the power to grow food with incredible precision just about anywhere, from a closet in a city apartment all the way to a spaceship, what do we choose to grow next?